Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today's live webinar. I'm Dr. Shah Siddiqui from Time Research and Innovations, in the Marketing Agency and Neurodivergent Business Consortium. I have some technical issue today. Maybe the internet is a little bit slow, but what can we do? We have to work around it. And I had a special guest today, but I think he is unavailable to join. So I have asked another guest to join today's instead of him, and waiting for his reply. If he agrees, then we can add him and talk about today's subject. So today we're going to be discussing the importance of mentoring to grow your business. You know that when you start working with individuals, and if you do not have knowledge on a specific domain, you need to seek support from individuals. And those individuals will tailor their knowledge with you to extend your knowledge to the next levels. And in that space, mentoring is crucial. So if you are thinking that, okay, you have a business and you wanted to add your knowledge specifically to your specific fields, and if you think that you need additional support, that time you need someone, business person, business builder, growth partners, strategists, sales directors, a lot of other people, technologists, to work with you. And they will add their value to your business, and then you can grow your business to the next levels. If you do not do that, the business will be slow because you need to learn all those things. And now technology is so fast. And if you wanted to learn and then contribute to the knowledge, you might get succeeded, you might not. That's a different question. So today, specifically, we'll discuss the part of mentoring in any business. You know that I'm a strategist, a growth partners, technologist. I have a few domains and hats on, and I have the expertise and experience for last 25 years to working with SMEs, and as well as supporting individuals with their business needs. So I can support people if they wanted to innovate with technology, business growth, and marketing and sales. So when I work with individual businesses, I intend to support end-to-end, because nowadays, if you are thinking to run a business, you need to know technology, or you need to embed technology to your existing framework. And you also need to know embed marketing, digital marketing, specifically social selling, to your stake of reaching people. And that is very time consuming if you wanted to do it alone. And we have limitation, because if you wanted to work specifically with a specific settings, if you are a technologist, then you might need the knowledge to do business developments. If you are any other domain and you do not have that right knowledge, you need to embed those knowledge for your business. So today we will discuss why mentorship is crucial for anyone, and give you some use case scenarios, how it can improve your capacity. And if you wanted to ask me any question, please feel free to ask me through the comment box, and I will try to answer those questions for you. And this event is recorded on LinkedIn and all other social media channels. If you wanted to recap it, and if you wanted to refer this webinar to your known person or friends, please feel free to do that. It will be great help to them and as well as for me. So the first thing, why mentoring is crucial for accelerator business growth. I told, I discussed a little bit earlier that when you develop a business, if I give a scenario, so I'm working with a growth partners, Terry Arnold Consultancy. I already asked him if he could join, although it wasn't pre-booked because my guest for this event did not turn up. So I asked him, but I'm just giving his examples. While I am contributing myself and as a team, as well as doing all the works together. So I will get my screen on. So you will see my screen. Before I jump into discussing about the case studies, you can see my screen. We have a specific web page or funnel for mentoring. So if you can see my screen, you can see that you can book free consultation, as well as I support businesses with 4 Ps with my 𝐶𝐻 12 core formula. And with this 𝐶𝐻 12 core formula, we have many things embedded. So we have 4 Ps: business plan and budget planner, brand creation, marketing plan, digital growth plan, go-to-market strategy, social selling strategy, cold outreach, seminar, conferences, business expo, paid advertisement, community contribution, and collaboration. So this is my 12 core 𝐶𝐻 formula. So anyone from my network, and if you wanted to extend your business to the next level, maybe you are an SME or entrepreneur, you just started your business, or you are 3 to 5 years old and you did not follow a proper methodology to grow your business, here I am. And I have known people working with me. So we work and contribute together to grow your business. So I have my 12 core formula. And on this website, you can see about mentoring those businesses that I have worked with previously. I was a growth partner with local council and supported local businesses. So you can see all the videos and end-to-end information here to understand how mentoring can be beneficial. And I have varieties of packages to work with you. So from a starter to the growth levels. So startup, I am working with 𝐶𝐻 12 core formula basic plan, mentoring training for 6 months, 2 sessions each month, sales funnel, landing page developments, company page developments, SEO, tune-up, content creation, specifically how you can content videos, post, graphical post, a social selling masterclass, training for webinars and audio events. We will also have an advanced option for 12 monthly plans, and as well as option for growth packages. And if you go through with the details, you will find all the details that I can support you with. You can see some of my mentoring clients here, the testimonials, and as well as call to actions. And if you have any frequently asked questions for you to answer. So this is the mentoring funnel that we have created specifically for businesses. And I have similar another funnel designed to support with a neurodivergent population. You know that I'm a neurodivergent person, and I intend to support neurodivergent businesses. And you know that neurodivergent businesses, they need special support and guidance. So I work with individual to tailor Mark 12 core formula. It's just a shadow version of the mentoring, but dedicated for neurodivergent people. I just gonna ask you if you wanted to ask me any question, please feel free to ask me through the comment box. I just see if anyone asking anything right now. If you wanted to ask me anything, any question, feel free to ask me through the comment box on LinkedIn. I'm having some technical difficulties today to access my LinkedIn feed and see the messages. But if you're sending any messages, they will be shared on my Restream platform, and I will receive them. And I will try to see if I can load my my live program on the other monitor. So you probably see that I'm ups and down here and there, and seeing if uh, uh, I am seeing my lives. So on the questions of answering why mentoring is important, I just wanted to share a case study that I'm doing right now, and that case study will give you end-to-end process why mentoring will accelerate your business to the next levels. So I'm sharing my screen again. So this time you will see myself. I'm working last few years with many of peoples already, and some of them that I can refer it to here. So I'm working with Terry from Terry Arnold Consultancy, a digital marketing firm working nationally and globally. Terry has special needs, and I support him with many things, and end to end, and as well as a brand ambassador, we created branding as well as the sales funnel. We are on the conversation. We are also creating um, his page, business page. So just give me a second. I just load his page from my the link that I just shared with him. We're just developing. It's not completed. It will be completed very soon. So just loading my page because my internet is a little bit slow today. So that's why you might see some delays. Please do excuse me for that. But I'm trying my best to keep up with the work. So just give me a second. I'm just loading the site as I'm doing live, and you are watching me live. If you have any questions, please feel free to. Sorry, if you're thinking, if you feel free to ask me, and if you have any questions, I'm just checking my screen. So if you sorry, I just loaded a different page rather than the web page. So I got it now. So just gonna share that with you. Just give me a couple of more minutes. Specifically, we are building this website, and as you know that we are software developers. So time research and innovation, we develop softwares, app, web app, anything that is customization. So we custom build solutions for our clients and for ourselves, and we are launching our um, marketplace for custom software development as well. And we work with our in-house products. So we have small to corporation level software that we developed and serving around the globe to our target audience as well as our customer. So as I'm giving an example of Terry Arnold Consultancy, I'm also supporting him end to end with specifically technology innovation, marketing, social selling, lead generation, and so on. So we have another product that we are working at the moment. That is Sales Funnel Accelerator. And as I said, when I work with businesses, I intend to add value, and those value is not only working with them, earning money, is also returning them returning them benefits. So this is our platform that we launched recently. Um, and this is Sales Funnel Accelerator. So we have a 7-step proven methods that we work with, and we have some strategists, growth partners with us, and Terry is one of them. So it's like when I work with individuals, we intend to work together, supporting each other, because you probably know from Terry's websites that Terry had, sorry, it did not load properly. As my internet connection is not good today, it's little bit different and is not loading properly. So I do apologize for that. So when we work with Terry from Terry Arnold Consultancy, we specifically check the play video will play here. So it's already been okay. It's paused. So we work end to end. So with this end to end work, what we do, we create stunning websites. There's one thing. Sales funnel. There's our second thing, and we work with branded as well as guided graphic design, video animations, and supporting individuals, working with them, talking to them how they can innovate, how they can add digital technology in relation with the present technology innovation, as well as how they can go to the next levels. So you can see here that we have supported them with technology. We are just transferring his own technology, old technology, to the new one, and we are creating positive impact to the business. You probably know already, we are also doing lives together, and all of those lives are dedicatedly tailored to global brand expansion, technology, tourism, and charity. So he has this expertise. You might ask, like, okay, he's a digital marketer. Why you are working with him? Because we are also digital marketer. Because there is a room for growing together, and we are supporting each other, complementing each other, learning from each other. So some of the things that we do, he doesn't, and some of the things he has experienced with, we don't have that. So we work together to tailor our methodology. So that's why we're building new things and to support individuals. So I'm creating the online persona. I'm creating the online technology, and working together with Terry, we are delivering programs. So you can see that we are developing a lot of things. And I wanted to let you know that we can work end to end. So with the Sales Funnel Accelerator, our framework, we work end to end. So mentorship is part of this Sales Funnel Accelerator, because when you work and you are alone or you have a team and you need to talk to someone, or your team, if you have a small or big team, doesn't matter, they need to talk to someone. We have people within our network to work together, mentor them, guide them to the right path, and giving you impartial advice for growth. So the question I just answering is why mentoring steer your growth, accelerate your growth to the next levels. Um, you can see from our work, the work we have done and we're doing so far with Terry, uh, that is contributing and as well as growing. Um, so in that space, if you are thinking to grow your business and you wanted to excel your business to the next levels, I think uh, you need to engage with someone. It could be me and my team. It could be someone else and their team. Those people, they have expertise, and they contribute for your growth with mentorship, specifically guidance, and a lot of other things. They can work it out and they can work it together. So if you are thinking to embed digital technology and as well as social selling, and you wanted to grow, there isn't anything else that you can't do. Uh, you have to select someone from the marketplace. You will find a lot of people online with LinkedIn, growth strategists, sales partners, growth partners, sales strategists, marketing directors, and there are a lot of other companies. They also will support you with that. So if you want a strategical session with me, feel free to send me a message, DM through LinkedIn, and we can talk about it. Um, it's not chargeable; it's free. So, but you will get a proper direction what you wanted to do. That's one part of my discussion today. If you wanted to send me any message through LinkedIn, please feel free to send me through the comment box. I'm Dr. Shah Siddiqui from Time Research and Innovation, 𝐶𝐶 Marketing Agency, and Neurodivergent Business Consortium. You are watching today why mentoring is why. Sorry, I just forgot the tagline. Why, the importance of mentoring to grow your business. You probably know my know from various of my life. You probably know about me. I was born in Asia, Bangladesh. So I'm Bangladeshi, and uh, I had a very different lives. I would say that lives that no one will um, dream about, in a good way or in a bad way. So I was born as autistic, but I did not know. My mother did not know about that. So I had a very strange early childhood, and then my adulthood wasn't good due to my health conditions. And then uh, when I came here, I was diagnosed with brain tumor, and I wasn't waiting for that and ready for that as well. But you can see my success, the things I have grown so far, as well as the work I'm doing it now. It's different. I had mentors in my past when I was doing my supervisor, when I doing my PhD. I had my mentors as well as my supervisors. So they played important roles till now to change my directions. So mentorship is crucial. So that's why when I had my establishment, I was thinking to um, return it back to the community. So that's why I'm supporting individuals. Terry is here, by the way. I will just introduce him in a minute. Thank you. So it is very important. I'm working with Terry, and I already shared some information about Terry with you, and he's with me. And here we go. Hello, Terry.
Hi there, Dr. Shah. Pleased to see
Hi.
you.
Okay, you looks more younger. What is the secret of that?
Simple as a haircut.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So you probably know Terry from my conversation earlier, and as well as we do a lot of online webinars together. And as I mentioned earlier, that we working together. So it's just like mentorship as well as working together is different. You probably will not find that many mentors that will work with you. So and as well as support you to grow your business. So Terry, I would request you if you could introduce although I have given a tour of your website to the audience, but I think it's better if you tell a little bit of short biography of you, who you are, and what is your capacity.
I suppose the most important thing to headline was that I'm part of Dr. Shah's neurodivergent group, put it that way. I had a stroke 4 or 5 years ago, quite a severe one that put me into a 3-4 day coma. I was reassured that everything would and that is what the surgeons, well, not the surgeons, the doctor's advice. I have made steady progress and still am to a certain extent. But I'm glad to say that through Dr. Shah's help, I've been able to recover a lot of my understanding of not only neurodivergent but digital marketing, because I was, just briefly to describe my career, I was in working at pan-European level for Unilever for 5 years. So quite a high position, quite a lot of responsibility. Then I was creative director of BBDO International, which took my sphere of activity out to a global level, which again was all very exciting, put it that way. Then I had my own creative consultancy for 10 years, which I then sold during the late 90s and year 2000. And finally, I returned to working within the research sector, global marketing research, with a position as vice president of a company based in India, which employed 300 people. I was invited by the chairman to head up the pan-European and North American division, or not division, but responsibilities. And we made loads of business primarily in the financial markets and that area of activity. And then the rest, I think, like most people, the rest was history, because then came the pandemic, and what I decided to do was go back to my consultancy roots, which is where I am today.
Thank you, Terry. As I said, it's been a pleasure working with you for such a long time now,
Mm.
and we talk each other very. I would say we discuss our problems. We discuss the work we wanted to do together.
Mm.
If you do not understand anything, we clarify, and that's the thing, because when mentoring someone, and that person is you can support them with specifically, and if you talk to them, and if you understand their problems, you can come to a conclusion. But if you do not talk to them, if you do not understand their problems, there isn't any room for development and so on. So thank you, Terry, for working together. As I said, we are working many things, supporting individuals, as well as we are prepared to support individuals if they wanted to expand. As I said, Terry had long-standing career, as well as he's supporting in technology, tourism, and hospitality industry. So it is mind blowing the work Terry can do, and we complement each other. That's the thing, and we support each other. So I'm a technologist. So working with Terry, I understand the original knowledge he has. So it's just not like one way. You probably know, Terry, that when you work with someone, doesn't matter they are your subordinates or they are someone they are way below of you learn from them as well, because it's a two-way thing. So when you mentor someone, you give your knowledge to them, as well as you take something from them, because that's the way. So some people, they might say, okay, I am a mentor, and I giving you a lot of things, and they will be very proud of that. But one thing that I noticed most of the time, that the things they are getting back from their clients, I would say, or mentee, they never um, say anything about that. So when I was working with my mentors, and when I was working with my supervisors, is those things I have learned from them, that okay, as an academic, you need to recognize every little bit of the things that you are getting from. So thank you, Terry, for being a valued customer, as well as working together. I was sharing my screen, but before I jump into share my screen again, we have
I
a
would
question.
I would just like to add, Dr. Shah, I think what you're saying is very true. I think most relationships are a two-way street. I've got a business relationship at the moment, which is very much along the lines that you were talking about, that it's a one-way street. But what you need to do is, as you rightly say, is you need to readdress the balance and emphasize that it is a two-way street. And basically, if it's not a two-way street, if there's not give and take and appreciation of what you're offering and what you're giving, then the relation ultimately is doomed. And it doesn't matter what level you're talking about, whether it's a business relationship, a personal relationship, it won't flourish. I think dialogue is essential. I mean, as you can see in a lot of the conflicts today on a global scale, it's very difficult to get dialogue on the go. Unless people are open to dialogue, as you say, one side will never understand the other side's point of view. So, I think it's critical to have dialogue.
I totally agree with you, Terry, because when you do not have dialogues and when you do not value each other, then there will be no place to work on. There's one
Yeah,
thing. You see, you mentioned about the global tension now, the war in Russia, in Europe, and the war in Middle East. Is Have you seen that the oil price is, you
yeah,
know, top again,
yeah.
and then it will affect us in the UK,
Mm,
and the electricity will go up, the gas will go up, the fuel, car driving, it's everything will go up. So
mm,
it's not good because
mm,
they are creating diverse effects for the world, and
mm,
they do not recognize that some of them, they need to come to a conclusion with dialogues and get things steady. So
mm.
it's also similar for mentoring. I know, Terry, you have mentored many people, many businesses already, and with your knowledge, I think you will agree the same, that okay, if you are working with someone, you need to understand that person and
Mm.
tailor your methodology based on that, because every person is different, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I would say early in my career, I never really appreciated what uh, the qualities that I had until such time, for example, in Unilever in particular, because it's a very not socialist, but a sociable entity. Its philosophy, Unilever philosophy, is a very friendly philosophy
Mm.
in its essence. But I wouldn't say I didn't appreciate it or didn't notice it. It was never portrayed as a quality in those days. But as I then moved away into a more, and I was saying one of the reasons I left Unilever was, I just felt that, that I come to an end of my development and I needed to be in a more aggressive environment because I was
Mhm.
doing advertising, and I specifically said to the headhunter at the time that I wanted to be an American style agency.
Mhm.
And I was looking at all sorts of different, Asian agencies and Japanese agencies, etc. And I decided that I needed that sort of American approach, which was, I would say, somewhat more aggressive, to sharpen me up. And sure enough, I got it. And boy, I won't go into the case studies or the examples. They're all on my website. But yeah, you can imagine, and one of the first accounts we got opportunity was Apple, pan-European business for Apple. And yeah, that in itself was pretty mind-blowing. And we won it from Chiat Day, which was the incumbent agency based in Los Angeles, and they wanted to go global. Apple wanted to go global at the time, and so they gave us the pan-European account. Well, they didn't give it, so obviously we had to pitch for it and do a decent pitch, but we won it, and yeah, that was my first experience of winning an American an American account.
I totally agree with you because, when you talk about businesses, when you talk about mentorship, uh, they are interlinked with each other, because when you're creating businesses, you are just creating the possibility to extend your knowledge to the next levels. And when you are extending your knowledge to the next levels, what you are doing, do you have a right mechanism, or do you have a right policy, do you have right strategy, and a lot of other things you need to ask, because without that, you specifically cannot extend, you cannot grow, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just mention a phrase that the chairman of BBDO said to me at one point, and it stuck in my mind among other phrases.
Mhm.
Terry, he said to me very politely, he said, "Terry Arnold, please, Terry, please remember the name on the door is BBDO, not Terry Arnold." You know, I can't remember specifically what he was referring to, but that stayed in my mind. I did go on and build my own creative consultancy, as I mentioned. So obviously it didn't stop me, but it stuck in my mind.
I totally agree with you, because he probably saw that, okay, you are outbound, or maybe you are more intelligent than as usual person. So he maybe saw that you will do something in the future. So that's
Yeah.
why he commented it. And you know that I learned it specifically in with my scenario cases. I had good results with all my educational qualifications, and I also, achieved a lot of work experiences. But whenever I was going to for interview in universities, or interview with specifically uh, businesses, SMEs, I wasn't selected. It could be my disability. That could be one thing, or it could be something else. But I realize that I have a very strong personality, and with that strong personality, people think that I'm not in materials, and I will maybe do something else. So probably he thought about you that, okay, you will do something. So it's BVDO is not Terry Arnold Consultancy or Terry Arnold.
Mm. Yeah, I think there's time, place, all these sort of things interject. You can imagine in the heady 80s, which was I grew up in the heady 80s with BBDO and Unilever, and the sky was the limit. You've seen just with the budgets and the way in which things were heading. As I say, we had budgets for BBDO of it wasn't unusual for a commercial to have a £250,000 budget. The biggest budget I actually had was actually 350,000, and that was just for the commercial. Just the ad. The creative production of the ad. So you can see those sort of, I would say the average budget today for a TV commercial is probably nearer 100,000. So it's been cut back, and we're not even talking about videos. I mean, if you're talking about videos, you can end up with budgets as low as, I don't know, 25,000, put it that way. But when you start to get into these different media spectrums and they're competing against each other, competing in terms of the channels they want to own or occupy or get media placings on, the prices of media as in real terms has actually declined. And I would say the proportions, say for example, for a TV, we're talking just probably it would probably be pan-European in general, but it would probably air in the key market would be one of the UK markets, and it probably be adapted to the other markets, for example, the French and the Italian markets. They would be adaptations, but the actual basic global budget for pan-European would be, I would say today, probably 300,000 media spend just for TV. So as you can see, when I'm talking about, and we haven't even talked about inflation, when we're talking about media budgets of 300,000 or thereabouts, they were astronomical, in comparison to today's budgets, which in proportion would be maximum probably 200, not 200, 150,000 maybe. You could get on TV with a very good commercial for 150,000. And I'm talking about the mainstream channels, ITV and so on and so forth. But yeah.
Yes, so we have some questions, and I just wanted to ask that questions. Just give me a moment. So Ansama asked, what strategies can you use to find a mentor who aligns with your business vision and values?
Personally, I think you just, when I say strategy, I don't think there is not in my case, it wasn't a strategy outright. I think you have to do a fair amount of research. For example, with Dr. Shah, I actually researched in the category of PhDs, people with PhDs, became mainly because I wanted, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way, but I wanted somebody of equal intellect, shall we say. So if I couldn't dialogue with the person for whatever reason, because they were a lot more elevated than I was at that particular stage of development, the communication would break. It wouldn't have a long-term potential. I also wanted empathy. I wanted, because I was in an international environment and working with all sorts of different nationalities and all sorts of different types of people, I wanted that to be, as the French say, a ligne rouge that ran through everything that we were doing. And I found that in what I call now, and I identify, a level of empathy. So not only did you have the qualification, the intellectual level, then there was the empathetic level. So the emotional attachment had to be there. We had to be able to, because a lot of people I remember being told that it's not when everything you're in agreement on everything, and the work is sailing ahead and all the objectives are being achieved. It's actually when things are difficult is when a lot of things break down, because obviously the points of view start to be reinforced and embedded more deeply because there was more at stake. So, whether it's the budget or whatever, that you might lose the client or, whatever the reason being, it's the level that you have to then start to drill down is way and beyond what you might normally be expected when things are running smoothly. So, with that in mind, I felt reassured with the relationship I had with Dr. Shah that it would be a lasting relationship. Would it last a year, 2 years, 3 years? Nobody has a glass ball to be able to predict the future, as we all know now. But for the short to medium term, I could see that I could be loyal and I could give what is necessary. And in return, I could see that what Dr. Shah was investing, which I don't always agree with, but we do have dialogue and we do come to agreed decisions. So it's a relationship that works, number one, and it's a relationship which, even though I start to say, well, it's only the money that counts, he'll challenge it, as he has done, just recently. He'll challenge it with a logical argument, which I have to take note of, and we move forward together.
Thank you, Terry. That was a brilliant, I would say, a brilliant compliment from you. I agree with you, because when you're working with someone, you have to understand that person. So that's the mentor and mentee relation, isn't it? If you do not understand...
The other thing, just to interject again, apologies, Dr. Shah, it's the thing most people forget. If you want to become a winner, you both have to be winners.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if only one person is a winner, it doesn't matter how you package it. Always one person will feel they've won and the other person felt they've lost. But what they don't do is they don't acknowledge, if they on arguing or whatever, they don't acknowledge the other person's contribution. But if it's put on a level playing field, and even if it's just a polite thank you or whatever, you're both. What actually happens in real terms is you're both winners. You both are in the same arena. You're not fighting each other. You're just winning together.
I totally agree with you, Terry, because when you think working with someone, if you do not like each other, and if you do not complement each other, if you do not understand each other problems, then the situation will change. And
Yeah.
thank you very much, Terry. Yes, we talk, because talk. When you have a dialogue, that's the first thing that you should have with your mentor and mentees, and it is very important when you're mentoring someone. You need to think about the contribution you're making. You need to think about, you do not think all the time money. You need to think about, yes, other person, they are equal to you, so you are learning things from them and you are returning back whatever they have gaps with. So everything you would do, I think um, my screen just was blank. So I'm having difficulties and technical issues. So I do apologize for that. So if I wanted to get back to our conversation, like, if you are a mentor and if you are working with a mentee, you need to understand each other. That's the first thing. You need to value each other. That's the second thing. You do not need to always think about money matters, because money is not going to be the core thing of your developments. If you input money in between, then that's problem. But you need to also support each other. Like, okay, if the other person need your support in differently. So those are the things, when you work with mentor and mentee, will play well, and you will have a long relation working with them, even if you do not work with them, because when you work with someone, they might not need your support at the long run. You have a good friendship, you have working relations, so in the future, if they require any support, they will come back to you. Otherwise, they will look for something else. So, as you said, Terry, that is not one way, it's two-way thing. And I think that's the core message for today's webinar. We are nearly end of our session. We just have a few more minutes to talk about. So I just wanted to ask you another questions from Shantanu. Just give me a second. I just add that question to you. He asked, what specific benefits can mentoring offer to help you scale your operation and achieve your business goals?
Good question. I'd refer to, probably it's not. Yeah, I would say the case study on my website that I would refer to is the one with Big Lottery. Big Lottery, and I was contracted to Big Lottery for 2 years, and the at the end of the 2 years as a group for Big Lottery, we had to demonstrate our soft skills, or emphasize our soft skills. Now, up to that point, I hadn't really realized what soft skills was all about, because obviously coming from an advertising background, it was more to, there wasn't a thing such as soft skills. It's just profit, and how much profit and how efficient had you become. You could repackage it in a slightly different way, but that's basically, if even Big Lottery were, they set targets for us which were financially orientated, shall we say. I won't go into all those details. They're on the website. But then when the person in charge came it was a lady actually, came to me and said, "Oh, I've got to do a report on soft skills," and she was skilled in the psychiatric sphere and very understanding of what soft skills were all about. And she produced an outline of what she was looking for. And I suddenly realized that these skills that were required, which apparently I had, that they just needed fitting into those parameters. So what we did together was wrote this report, which emphasized all the soft skills, and that was what was published, and that's what the audience or the target market tuned into, and really appreciated.
Thank you, Terry. We are just nearly into our session. And thank you very much for joining today's live, because we had another guest and he could not join. So I asked Terry if he could join and talk about the mentoring. We're going to be doing another program together. I cannot recall the date, but we have Terry, Michael Stan, and we have one guest from USA, Marvin Playboy Page. We're going to be talking together for specifically how you can, how mentorship play a vital role for your growth, business development, and so on. As a mentor myself, Terry, you know that I work with many businesses and I intend to contribute with my knowledge. You need money, that's one thing. But if you think that, okay, money is the only money is the only solution, that will not support anyone. You need money to grow your business, you need money to pay for your food and a lot of other things. But specifically, when I work with someone, I contribute I contribute beyond my levels. And I think that will steer friendship, that will steer growth, and that will steer long-lasting relationships. So thank you for being a valued client with me, and we are growing a lot of things together. Today, Chris was here in my office. We talk about our sales funnel accelerator and all the works that we are working, and we're going to be doing some more work, developing some training and workshops. So you probably know that we're doing workshops on the Ferrum Innovation Center, and as well as New Forest Business Business Consortium. And we know when you work specifically, if you work well and if you value clients and if you work together, there is a huge possibility for growth. So I would thank you specifically for your time and learning from you. And probably we will work with in the future with big clients that we have, combining our methodology with. At the end, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any closing remarks for the audience?
Yes, because this session is on neurodivergence. Am I correct?
It's both neurodivergent and neurotypical. So it's both.
Okay. Yes, I can't. Having personally experienced the drop from on high and the effects of, in my particular case, a stroke, going from a large corporation that employed 400 people in Asia, down to me with my particular problem issues, if you like, with mental health issues, with a positive outlook, attitude, and a determination to make a full or as full a recovery as I possibly could. I have, various stages made some pretty quantum leaps. But I do appreciate Dr. Shah's intervention and involvement in mentoring me personally in my development. And bear in mind that I was, as I said, we're now 4 years into my personal recovery, and I wasn't even ready after I couldn't even imagine, even after 3 years, making a decent recovery. And here I am now, 4.5 years later, having made this presentation to yourselves and your future mentees, and it's quite incredible, and I hope long may it go on, because I'm pretty determined to make not only a full recovery, but to continue growing in a healthy and positive way in terms of business growth.
Thank you, Terry, and thank you everyone for joining today's live. Please stay on the line because I'm just going to say bye-bye to the audience, but we will finish our talk while I'm saying bye-bye to them. So thank you everyone for joining today's live webinar. I do apologize for the mismatch of the technology, internet specifically, as well as my guest for these events could not turn up, but we had Terry. Terry specifically, we work together and we contribute together. So if you are looking for someone that they can tailor your growth, it could be technology, it could be digital marketing, it could be any domain that Terry is capable of, or any of our business partners they are capable of, you can trust us. We do not value money over our work. We value our knowledge, we value our methodology, and based on that methodology, we contribute together. So if you are thinking to gain solid knowledge and impartial advice, feel free to contact us, and we will tailor our methodology for you and grow your business to the next levels. We have that missing piece that you are looking for, and we can grow together. And thank you for joining today's live webinar. Please support our work, and I will welcome you next week with my regular webinars and audio events. Until then, stay tuned and bye-bye.